Hi, welcome to Sacred Season Healing. My name is Marjorie, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me today. We're going to be exploring the energy of the collective through the lens of the chakra system and tarot. Remember that this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Trust your own intuition and inner guidance above all else, okay? So just to give you a brief outline of what I'll start with and all the way to the ending, I'm going to start with those who are unfamiliar with chakras, not really sure, they've heard of it maybe before, but not really sure what it is. And today we're going to be exploring the root chakra. So then I'll go into when the root chakra is in balance, how that plays out in our life, and also when it's imbalanced or there's a blockage, how that may be playing out in our lives. Okay, so if you are already familiar with all of that information, there's a timestamp in the description box below. You can skip straight to the tarot reading. After the tarot reading, I'll end with some suggestions on maybe some sound therapy that you might want to use in your meditation and your healing practice, some essential oils, some crystals, and then just different ways you can move your body to get that energy flowing. Okay, so let's get started. Our chakras are energy centers that influence our emotional, physical, our mental, and spiritual well-being. And when the energy becomes blocked or imbalanced, it can show up in different areas of our lives. Through this reading, what I hope to do is explore what may be asking for healing in your root chakra today, and what Spirit wants you to understand and how you can begin moving forward with greater balance and alignment, okay? Just a brief overview for the root chakra. It is the foundation of our energy system. It's located at the base of the spine. And it's associated with safety, things like safety, security, stability, survival, grounding, and our connection to the physical world. So when this root chakra is balanced, we tend to feel safe, supported, grounded. We can feel, capable of handling life's challenges. We trust ourselves and we feel secure in our relationships and in our home life, our finances, our future. But on the other hand, when the root chakra becomes blocked or imbalanced, it may show up as anxiety, fear. You might be overthinking a lot. You could have some financial worries or difficulty trusting others. You might feel disconnected from your body or just feeling unsupported. And you may be constantly operating in survival mode. So if that sounds familiar to you, you might want to stick around for the chakra tarot reading and see what Spirit has to say about what the block is, what's causing the block, whatever Spirit suggests, how we can heal that, and then also we'll end with the tarot reading with how do we integrate that in our lives, our daily lives, in a practical way, okay? So if you find yourself struggling to relax, worrying about the future, fearing change, or feeling uncertain about your place in the world, this reading might be for you. You might find some useful information. Let's see. We're just going to look at the deeper cause behind the imbalance and the guidance Spirit has for us, okay? So let's get started with the reading. Okay, so Spirit, will you please show us, the collective, the current blockage within the root chakra, the current blockage within the root chakra for the collective. Please show us the current blockage within the root chakra. Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say. Thank you, Spirit. Please show us clearly. Please show us clearly the current blockage in the root chakra for the collective. I tell you, I've been, oh, that one to come out, and I have the deck upside down, so we'll take that in the upright. It's the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is the blockage in the root chakra. Let's go through all the cards, and then I will lay out what I see in the cards of what message Spirit's trying to deliver to us today, okay? So Spirit, what is causing this blockage within the collective? What is causing this blockage? Please show us what is causing this blockage. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, the Page of Swords came out. Is the cause of the blockage, which is the Knight of Wands. Okay. Now, the next thing I'd like to ask Spirit is to show us how can the collective begin healing this blockage? How can the collective begin healing this blockage? How can the collective begin healing this blockage? Okay, 2 cards wanted to come out this, 3 cards, okay. So we have the 3 of Pentacles, the Strength card, the World card. Okay, and the last question we're going to ask Spirit, how can the collective integrate this healing practice in their daily life? How can we integrate this healing in our daily lives, Spirit? Please show us clearly. Thank you. How can we integrate this in our daily life? I feel like I need to start over here. How can we integrate this in our daily life, Spirit? Please show us clearly. Thank you. Okay, so we have the Sun card and the Ace of Wands. All right, let's take a look at this, and we'll go through each one and talk about the blockage, what's causing it, what Spirit suggests for healing, and how we can integrate that in our daily lives, okay? Okay, so we'll start here with the Knight of Wands. The card fits the chakra theme remarkably well, in my opinion. The current blockage in the root is the Knight of Wands, as we said, but it's a card of movement, action, passion, and sometimes impulsiveness, okay? So as a root chakra blockage, this can indicate that the collective is struggling to feel settled or grounded or secure, because there's a constant urge to keep moving, keep searching, keep chasing the next thing, and just keep looking ahead instead of being fully present in the present moment. So for some, this may look like restlessness. For others, it may show up as difficulty committing to a path, difficulty trusting the timing of life, or feeling like they must constantly do something in order to create security. The cause of this blockage, let's look at that, is represented by the Page of Swords. Okay, the Page of Swords often represents overthinking, hypervigilance, constantly watching, analyzing, researching, worrying, or trying to anticipate what might happen next. Okay, this suggests that the collective may have developed a habit of staying mentally alert in order to protect themselves from disappointment, uncertainty, or unexpected change, So there's a tendency here to stay in the mind instead of the body. Rather than feeling grounded and secure in the present moment, energy is being spent trying to predict future outcomes or, gather enough information to feel safe. So Spirit is showing that healing begins, let's look at the healing, through the Three of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the World card, okay? The Three of Pentacles reminds us that we do not have to do everything alone, okay? You can see here that this is teamwork. They're building, putting these pentacles on the side, the van or whatever it is that they're working on here in the picture. So we don't have to do everything alone, okay? Support, collaboration, community, and just asking for help may be part of the healing process, okay? Allow others to help you. The Strength card here reminds us that true strength is not forcing or controlling. It is trusting ourselves, regulating our emotions, and just remaining calm in the face of uncertainty. Healing the root chakra often requires learning that safety comes from within us, right? Rather than from controlling every external circumstance, okay? So let's talk about the World card now. The World card, well, it can indicate completion or, integration, okay? So usually known as you've completed one chapter of your life, you're ready to move on to a new chapter in your life. Spirit is showing that many of us in the collective, we are reaching the end of an old cycle, and it's rooted in fear and survival mode and instability. A new chapter is trying to begin, but first the old lessons must be acknowledged and released. We can't hold on to them forever, okay? We have to let go of that old chapter so that we can begin our new chapter. All right, let's look at the integration now. How can we integrate this healing in our daily lives? Well, Spirit suggested the Sun and the Ace of Swords. So let's talk about the Sun first. The Sun asks us to reconnect with joy, right? Because the Sun usually represents happiness and joy, gratitude, confidence in ourselves, just the simple pleasures in life. So you might want to spend some time outside, connect with nature, allow yourself to experience happiness without waiting for, everything to be perfect, right? Now, the Ace the Ace of Swords in the integration suggests that let's talk about what the Ace of Swords represents first. Excuse me. So the Ace of Swords represents clarity, right? It's truth, it's clarity, it's awareness, it's a new way of thinking. And Spirit is showing that part of this healing journey involves recognizing where fear-based thoughts, okay, because the swords also represent thoughts. So the fear-based thoughts, limiting beliefs, and old survival patterns have been influencing your decisions, okay? So the Ace of Swords says it's asking us to become conscious of our thoughts. Are we operating from truth or are we operating from fear, right? Are we responding to what is actually happening or to what we fear might happen, okay? So as we begin to challenge old beliefs and replace them with truth and confidence and just self-trust, the root chakra naturally begins to stabilize and strengthen. So together with the Sun and the Ace of Swords, this suggests that healing comes through choosing optimism, right? Happiness, just embracing the clarity and seeing ourselves as our circumstances from a higher perspective, right? Just see yourself in all the circumstances in the situation that you're stressing about from like sort of a higher view, like a whole picture kind of view, right? And try to stay in the present and enjoy yourself a little bit. Stick to the facts, to the truth, instead of imagining what ifs, okay? Okay. So what I really like about the Ace of Swords here is that it ties directly back to the Page of Swords, if you really think about it. Because the Page of Swords, as the cause of this blockage here, is just overthinking, hypervigilance, worrying, constant mental activity. And again, the Ace of Swords, how we're going to integrate the healing of this blockage is just by sticking with the facts. What do we know? What is our reality as of right now? Okay? So clarity, truth, mental breakthrough, just seeing things the way they are and as clearly as you can. Okay. So what I am seeing in these cards is that Spirit seems to be saying the mind created part of the imbalance, right? Swords, our thoughts. But the mind can also help heal it. Sticking with the truth, seeing the facts. Okay? So only when it's operating from truth instead of fear can we really see things for what they are, and we can knock down some of this fear, this anxiety, this overthinking, if we just keep reminding ourselves, what do I already know? What don't I know? Okay, I'm going to leave what I don't know over here. I'm not going to stress and worry about that. I know it's very easy to say, very hard to do, but you can do it. Just, keep reminding yourself of that when those negative thoughts or overthinking and worrying start happening. Just say, no, Spirit suggested that I stick with the facts. What do I know? And trust myself, and enjoy some happiness here. Okay? Allow others to help you. Allow others to help you take some of that stress off of you. And just remember, you are strong, right? And you have to be able to recognize that one old chapter, your old chapter, is done. It's in the past. The past is done. We're ready to start new, okay? As scary as that might sound to a lot of us, especially fixed signs who are afraid of change. But I think as a collective, we're all going through this right now. There's a lot of planetary alignments, in the sky right now in the month of June. And it's really making us all kind of take a leap forward for a new beginning, right? And leave that past in the past. So this is a very root chakra message, right? Because so many root chakra imbalances show up as anxiety, worry, and fear for the future, right? And about that change that we can feel is coming. But we had some very positive cards here of how to heal and then how to integrate it in our lives. Just things to remind ourselves. Okay, I need to stop the overthinking. I need to remember what the facts are. What do I know? Trust myself. Enjoy a little bit of time getting out in nature or whatever it might be for you, the enjoyment, and so that you can relax your mind and the overthinking. Okay? So now what I'd like to do is move into some suggestions on in your healing practice, if you like to meditate or journal or however it is that you're choosing to relax. I have some affirmations for you. I also have some sound healing and frequency suggestions that you can listen to. Even if you like to garden, you can pull up a sound healing frequency on YouTube. There's so many. You might also want, if you have different essential oils at home, you might want to grab some of these essential oils. And you could, just simply rub it on your wrist, or maybe a little on your neck or something, somewhere where you can smell it. That can help you relax. And I'll also give you some suggestions or recommendations of crystals that you can work with. Okay, so let's get started on that. We'll start here with, I'm like getting like a tickle in my throat, so I apologize if I cough. I don't mean to cough. Okay, so let's just move into some of the suggestions that might help support you in your healing practice. Okay, so I have some affirmations, right? Let's start with those. You can pause the video if you like, grab a pen and paper, or, you know, just open up your notes section in your phone, whatever you prefer. And you can use these and say them as often as you want, or you can leave them if they're not for you. You can pick just a couple out, whatever feels best for you. So here we go. I am safe. I am supported. I am grounded and secure. I trust myself in the timing of my life. I release fear and welcome peace. I am connected to the earth and fully present in my body. Okay, let's move into some sound healing. Again, YouTube has many sound, therapy music, and I would recommend 396 hertz for the root chakra, or maybe some drumming rhythms. You could find, just type in the search bar in YouTube, grounding meditation music. Or any sounds like nature sounds, waterfalls, birds chirping, anything like that. Or you can simply just type in the search bar, root chakra, grounding music, or healing music, okay? All right, let's talk about some movement just to get the energy flowing in your body. Walking outdoors would be great, because you're out in nature. If you're a walker and you like that, or maybe you like to hike. Some people like to go to the gym and work out or do strength training. You can even do that at home. Like I already mentioned, some people like to garden, or even just taking your shoes off and walking around barefoot in the grass or on the ground. These are all things we can do just to move our body and get that energy flowing. Okay, so it might be while you're thinking, while you're reminding yourself, I'm going to stick to the facts. I'm not going to overthink this. I'm not going to worry about what's next. I'm going to leave that past in the past, and I'm going to focus on moving forward with my new chapter. And I'm trying to relax and enjoy my time here outdoors or whatever it might be. Okay? So essential oils. You might want to rub on your wrist again or your neck, whichever you prefer. Or if you're going to carry around some crystals while you're meditating or walking or doing some of these activities, you could even put some of the essential oil on the crystal if you want. Okay, so I would suggest essential oils like cedarwood, that I can't say this word, so I'm going to spell it for you. Vetiver. Okay, and patchouli. Patchouli is another one. I'll spell it for you just so you know. Patchouli. You could also do frankincense or sandalwood. Okay, so any of those would be nice healing essential oils just to soothe you and relax you. Some crystals. Red jasper's good for the root chakra. Garnet, hematite, smoky quartz, black tourmaline. Yeah, I think that's it. That's pretty much all I can think of. But, just take whatever out of the suggestions that I gave you, or take none at all. That is totally up to you, okay? So, let's, yeah, I think we covered everything now. So I would just like to thank you all for spending some time with me today. I hope that this helped you, in some way and provided some comfort to you. You can, if it did not resonate with you, you can check back. Tomorrow I'll be doing a reading on our solar plexus. Excuse me, our solar plexus chakra. Next week I'll return back on Sunday to the root chakra. Okay, so I would just, again, like to thank you all for spending some time with me. I truly hope it brought you some clarity, comfort, healing, encouragement on your journey of healing, okay? Remember to take what resonates. I always want to say resonates. I don't know why that comes out of my mouth. Resonates, okay? And leave what doesn't. Just trust your own intuition above anything I've said here, okay? So be gentle with yourself as you continue your healing journey. Healing doesn't happen overnight. Just keep that in mind. So you may want to do this for a week. You might want to do it for longer. You might want to only need it for a shorter period of time. Totally up to you. Okay, but it's every small step, one step at a time, and every little step counts, and every little step matters, okay? If this reading resonated with you, please consider liking the video, sharing it. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if this resonated with you, if there's anything particular in your life that you would like to share. We can all be a support to each other here, okay? And thank you again for being here and allowing me to be a part of your healing journey. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay grounded, and remember that you are safe, supported, and deeply loved. Okay? Thank you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.